Hey there, I'm Sean Power here at the Hilson Studio in Nashville, Tennessee, ready to check out an awesome new ribbon mic from Warm Audio. Let's get into it. The WA-44 faithfully recreates the most iconic studio ribbon microphone of all time. Just like the legendary original 44-style BX ribbons of the 1930s, loved by crooners, bandleaders, drummers, upright bassists, producers, and more, the WA-44 delivers powerful bass with a pronounced proximity effect, lush mids, and a tamed top end. The WA-44 excels on loud sources and delivers the iconic, warm, vintage, sultry tones which made the original the mic of choice for some of the most legendary vocalists, including Elvis Presley, Ella Fitzgerald, Jeff Tweedy, Frank Sinatra, Johnny Cash, and many, many more. This mic shows off its warm, forgiving tone by taming any top-end harshness for smooth lead tones on vocals, horns, drums, pianos, strings, and more. With elite build quality and vintage-matched premium components, the WA-44 features a custom Cinemag USA transformer, a custom-crafted Japanese ribbon made of 99.1% pure aluminum, and a premium heavy neodymium magnet. Let's hear how it sounds. For all of the samples, we ran through the WA-MPX with everything flat, so you could just hear the tone of the mic itself. Ribbons typically roll off the top end of your frequency response. While we're going to record without the switch engaged, lowering the preamp impedance by engaging the tone button can certainly bring some nice top end if you need it. Now you also have the option to add the warm lifter to add 26 dB of gain if you need a little bit of extra boost, or if you don't have a high gain preamp. This is an inline active mic preamp designed to provide powerful gain to low output dynamic and ribbon mics, and comes with premium features for live and studio use. The warm lifter also has a 100 Hz high pass filter and a 3K high shelf boost to sculpt tones. For all the vocals, you'll hear them dry, and then in the context of the mix.
Got no use for a fancy boat, no, to sail around the ocean blue. 'Cause that smile lets me know I see the world when I see you.
Can't get no sleep. We're fighting all the time. Your words cut deep. It's chaos in my mind. Yeah, I need some relief from you. 'Cause you're making me mad. This is making me mad. Away from you.
The WA-44 has a fantastic low-end capture. You can play around with placement to find the sweet spot. We put it about 2 feet away from the acoustic, aimed at the 12th fret. You'll hear a bit more of the sound of the room since it's a figure 8 polar pattern mic. I find that adds a natural ambience that can be hard to get any other way. You can also hear how the warm lifter changes the tone when you engage the high pass filter and the top boost. The WA-44 is definitely towards the darker, beefier end of the sound spectrum, but it can sound fantastic on overheads too. A few feet above the kit, you get a little bit less of the proximity effect and a little more of the top end of the cymbals coming out. You'll hear them flat and dry, and then in the context of the mix. We tried them out on room mics as well, placed 90 degrees off axis to each other to get a little more width from the room. Now this room isn't perfectly symmetrical, so you'll hear a slightly different balance on each side, but this can add even more to the width of the space. And of course they sound even better with a little bit of EQ and compression to level them out. For the trumpet, we placed the WA-44 a few feet away, and it had no problem handling the higher SPLs coming off of the horn. This is a bit of a brighter sounding instrument, but listen to how the WA-44 handles the top end nicely. It also brings in a bit of the sound of the natural ambience, which makes it sound like you're actually there in the room with it. The extended low frequency response of the WA-44 makes it an awesome choice for upright bass. We placed the mic about 18 inches off of the F-holes to get the bloom from the body, but also some of the finger noise. You can really sculpt the tone to your liking by adjusting the distance and the height of the mic. The figure-8 polar pattern, rich low end, and smooth top end make for a great upright piano sound. You're going to get all the nuance and the quirks that set a real piano apart from a plugin, the sustained pedal and key noise, and the slight imperfections in intonation that add character. We stereo mic this piano fairly close to the hammers to get an intimate sound that still has a great natural ambience to it. First you'll hear it flat, then in the context of the mix. Listen to how organic and natural it feels. This mic has so much character to it. I just love the full low end, and I'm really enjoying how the top end can shimmer, especially boosted with the warm lifter or something like the WA EQP. You can really change the sound by playing with placement, and you're going to get a really nice vintage tone no matter where you put it. It is fairly beefy, so you'll definitely want to make sure you're using an adequate mic stand to get it where you want it, but it's worth the wait. It's also got a great look to bring that throwback vibe to any session. Overall, just another fantastic release from Warm Audio. Thanks so much for listening. Head on over to warmaudio.com for more information on the WA-44.